Hey everybody, welcome to South Central Vinyl. Today I'm going to be doing the top 15 valuable records in my collection according to Discogs. I've seen a few of these videos around in the community, so decided to do my own. Like some of the others, my ground rules are simple. I'm going to be showing off 15 records that are valued in order of their median value price on Discogs. So, at 15, George Harrison, All Things Must Pass. The stunning album by George Harrison, released just after the breakup of the Beatles. This is an original copy, UK pressing. It was a 3 LP set. With kind of a 2 album set, and then the third album was essentially a disc of jams and other tracks. A really magnificent release from him. And the third disc had the different label. Apple Jam was the name of the extra LP, and my copy has got the original poster of George in the back. Number 14 is Rage Against the Machine's self-titled debut from 1992. This is the original pressing on Epic. Featured huge tracks, Bomb Track, Wake Up, Killing in the Name. Number 13, Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds, Let Love In. This is the original 1994 UK pressing of the album. My favourite of his, although I'm a huge fan of all of Nick Cave's back catalogue. Released on Mute Records, as were all Nick Cave releases up till fairly recently. Next up, Down on the Upside by Soundgarden. This is the limited clear vinyl version from 1996. I showed off in a pickups video already. Record released on this stunning clear vinyl. As I've said in other videos, I think their most underrated album. In at 11, Feeder's Polythene from 1997. I did recently done a Feeder video, which I talked about this album a little bit. Their debut, a really great late grunge album by a band that would go on to be successful in the charts here in the UK and elsewhere. Into the top 10. This is 9 Inch Nails' The Fragile. This one's a surprise to me that it's in the list. This isn't an original. This is the reissue, which was done I think in 2017, of 3 LP set. A fantastic album. I think Nine Inch Nails' most underrated album. The production that Trent Reznor creates is out of this world. He's such a talented producer, and I'm still, even now, I've been listening to this for years and years since I got it, and I'm still hearing new things every time I put it on. Came here with a couple of booklets. So, artwork, photography. Here's with Dr. Dre. Trent Reznor really does know how to do a vinyl release. This was a top quality release. All the sleeves have poly inners, really lovely booklets, really kind of premium package. I suppose that's one of the reasons why it's become so expensive and sought after. You know, for a long time you could pick this up for, you know, here in the UK, 40 or 50 pounds. I bought it for that. I bought it new, but it's become really hard to get hold of. As of time of recording, it's number 10 on my list. Okay, number 9. Rides Nowhere, the shoegaze classic, the embossed sleeve, original UK pressing from 1991. A fantastic start to finish experience, Nowhere. Still their best, I would say. I'm a big fan of Rides. I've seen the band live and own a lot of Ride records, but this one is the one that I go back to again and again. Next up, something we've already seen on the channel. This is Echo Park by Feeder. This is the breakthrough album that saw them break the charts with Buck Rogers. The hardest record in their catalogue to get hold of, I've found. It was the last Feeder record that I tracked down, having already gotten hold of all of the rest of the LPs. I in fact had to import this from Japan. I bought this on Discogs from somebody in Japan and got it sent over to the UK. In at number 7, Soundgarden Super Unknown. This is an original UK pressing from 1994 on blue vinyl. I'm not sure what there is to say about this album that hasn't already been said. It's a masterpiece in the alternative rock and grunge circles. This is the translucent blue version. It also came in a translucent orange and a translucent clear. A lot of people don't think the sound quality in this is that great. I personally love it because it reminds me of how the album sounded when I first heard it, so big fan of this release. Next, the most recent addition. This is Tool's Fear Inoculum. This is the 5 LP version, which I had on a pre-order and picked up this year for an astonishingly expensive amount of money for a new album. It comes as a premium package in the stunning book, full of artwork. And then the albums themselves in the individual sleeves. Inside, a real return to form for them. That's some of the etching. I've been a huge Tool fan for a number of years, and initially I wasn't sure where they were going to go with this album, but it just kind of picks up where the previous record left off, really. A really great release. I'm not going to pull every record out now and show it. If you would like to see a full unboxing of the record and to see all of the etchings and everything, leave me a comment down below and I'll do so. But that's it for now. Tool's Fear Inoculum. Okay, into the top 5. Alice in Chains, Jar of Flies and Sap. This is an original 1994 European pressing of this on a coloured vinyl. It's got a French hype sticker in the top right here. The 2 EPs put together. As previously stated, it's coloured vinyl that match each of the album covers and sleeves. Really beautiful vinyl, particularly the orange one, I think. Both EPs are classic grunge releases. The tracks Nutshell and Rotten Apple on Jar of Flies are harrowing and beautiful. And some of the songwriting on Sap is also really high quality. Particularly Brother, and of course features Chris Cornell. That's the etching on the D side of Sap, which is really stunning. Again, hard to pick up. I picked this up from a seller in France and got it shipped over to the UK. I'm really glad I did. It sounds amazing. Okay, next up, one that may degrade in value as time goes on, dependent on releases. This is Alice in Chains MTV Unplugged. This is the music on vinyl pressing. The reason this is so expensive is because it hasn't been reissued for a number of years and supply has been completely overcome by demand, and so it sells for obscene amounts of money now, really. It sounds great, it really does. It's a fantastic documenting of the band's MTV Unplugged performance. But there's no way it should be as expensive as it currently is to get. When a reissue comes, I suspect it will drop in value, but as of right now, it sits in the top 5. At number 3, it's The Cure's Wish. This is the original 1992 release. Double LP. Includes the inner sleeves. For the longest time, the most difficult Cure record to get hold of and the most expensive. They have announced a reissue for the tail end of this year, so again, this may be one that might drop down the list as time goes on, but I suspect not. I think there'll always be an appetite for original copies of this release. I certainly adore it, and it's a prized part of my collection. At number 2, Alice in Chains Dirt. This is an original 1992 pressing, European pressing on Columbia. Again, the value of this album fluctuates dependent on the market of reissues. There's a recent repressing that's about to come out of this, so again, this may drop down the list, but again, just like The Cure, I'm not too sure, because I think there will always be a market for great original copies of a landmark grunge album, which this is. It's an absolute grunge masterpiece. Stands alongside Nevermind and Super Unknown for me. And in at number 1 is Melancholy and the Infinite Sadness by Smashing Pumpkins. This is the 2012 reissue, which came in a box. This also is my greatest bargain vinyl purchase ever, because I bought it a few years ago from the original owner of it, who bought it in 2012, and I got an absolutely amazing deal on it. He was really generous with me, and there's the artwork. Again, and what else there is to say about this album? It's a masterpiece of artistic expression in alternative rock. It has those grunge elements, it has those post-punk elements. It's just a great album. There's not been anything else like it. Like Trent Reznor, Billy Corgan does know how to put together a vinyl package. Each record is within a coloured inner, which then includes an inner for the record and an anti-static sleeve. I won't show all of the records themselves, but I will show each of the LPs in its picture sleeve. Worthy of being the number 1 most valuable record in anybody's collection, I would say. It's a wonderful package. A lyric book. And that's it for this video. Thanks so much for watching. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe, and let me know in the comments if you've got any of these releases. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.